A storm raged outside, but inside the big house, a different kind of trouble was starting. She stood there in her nightgown. The firelight lit up her bare shoulders. Her dark hair flowed down her back. Her hand shook as she held a whiskey glass and looked at the young cowboy who had come in from the rain. "I can't live without a man." The words slipped out before she could stop them. Her face turned red when she realized what she'd said. The cowboy's blue eyes went wide. His rough hands gripped tight as he watched her. Thunder boomed outside, but the real danger was right here in this room. Two hurting people on the edge of something forbidden, something that could ruin them both. In the dusty town of Silver Ridge, 1887 ***. Margaret Hayes was 32 years old and wealthy, but money couldn't buy what she really needed. People whispered about her as she rode by. She was still beautiful, but society said she was supposed to be alone. Her big house was empty and lonely. Her husband Richard had died 6 months ago in a bar fight. He'd left her rich but alone. He had never really loved her. One morning, her old friend Ruth came to visit. Ruth ran the town dress shop. She looked tired from working hard all her life. "People are talking," Ruth said. "They say you're turning away good men. Why stay alone when you could remarry?" Margaret's eyes flashed. "I don't need another Richard. I want a man who sees me, not just my money." Ruth looked hurt and jealous. She'd buried her own dreams when her husband died. Margaret's refusal to follow the rules felt wrong to her. There was also Daniel Parker, a rancher who had once asked Margaret to marry him. She'd chosen Richard instead because he was richer. Daniel had never forgiven her. Then Cole Bennett arrived ***. Cole was 25, strong, and honest. His father had left when he was young. His mother had worked herself to death. Now he traveled from town to town looking for work. When he knocked on Margaret's door asking for a job, she felt something wake up inside her. There was something good and real about him. "Can you work with cattle, Mr. Bennett?" she asked. "Yes, I can handle whatever needs doing," he said in a deep voice that made her heart beat faster. She hired him right away. She told herself it was just business, but when she watched him work, she knew she was lying to herself. 3 weeks of growing feelings ***. Margaret found reasons to bring Cole water, to watch him work. Every time they accidentally touched, electricity shot through her. Every time their eyes met, the air felt heavy. One evening, he cut his hand. She insisted on cleaning it in her kitchen. "This might sting," she whispered, cleaning the cut. But Cole wasn't thinking about his hand. He was watching her face, so close to his. "Mrs. Hayes," his voice was tight. "Margaret," she corrected softly. "My name is Margaret." "Margaret," he repeated. She suddenly pulled back. "You should go rest." The next morning, an old worker named Henry warned her, "Ruth's been talking in town. She saw you and Cole sitting close by the fire. People are upset." Margaret felt hurt. Her old friend Ruth was spreading gossip. And Daniel Parker was making things worse, telling people Margaret was making a fool of herself. The night of the storm ***. Rain pounded the windows. Lightning split the sky. Margaret couldn't sleep. She heard Cole's boots on the porch. "You can't ride back to town in this weather," she said. "Stay here." They sat by the fire with whiskey. Margaret started talking about her lonely life. "Do you know what it's like to be told you're nothing without a man?" she said. "My husband never loved me. When he died, I thought I'd be free. But the loneliness is worse." Then she said it, "I can't live without a man." She looked horrified at her own words. But Cole crossed the room and held her face gently. "Margaret, you don't need a man to complete you. You're already whole. Perfect. Beautiful." She cried as he pulled her close. For the first time in months, she felt safe. The confrontation ***. 3 days later, Daniel Parker and other ranchers rode onto Margaret's property. Ruth stood with them, looking guilty. "You've shamed this town long enough," Daniel said. "What I do on my land is my business," Margaret replied. Daniel's face darkened. "You turned me down for a richer man once. Now you choose this nobody. I won't let you ruin this town." Ruth looked uncomfortable. Her gossip had fueled this anger, but now she wasn't sure. Cole stepped forward. I think you should leave. Daniel and his men drew their guns. Cole was faster, but he was outnumbered. Shots rang out. Cole fell, bleeding from his shoulder. Margaret screamed and ran to him. Daniel and his men left, their message delivered. That night ***. As Margaret bandaged Cole's wound, their eyes met. They could have killed you, she whispered. Some things are worth dying for, he said. They kissed, desperate, hungry, real. She didn't care about scandal anymore. She needed him, and he needed her. The next morning ***. Margaret walked into town holding Cole's hand. Everyone stared. Whispers spread like fire. She stopped in the middle of the street and spoke loudly. I am Margaret Hayes, and this is Cole Bennett. Not my worker, not my charity case, but the man I choose. Daniel pushed through the crowd. You shameless woman. The only sickness here, Margaret said calmly, is the poison in your hearts. Cole has more honor than any of you. She turned to the crowd. I thought I needed a man to complete me, but I was wrong. I needed to find myself first. Cole didn't save me from loneliness, he helped me save myself. Ruth stood in the crowd, moved by Margaret's courage. She'd hidden her own feelings for years. Maybe it was time to change. She gave Margaret a small nod. Some people's faces softened. Others stayed angry. Margaret looked up at Cole with love. So yes, I cannot live without this man, not because I'm weak, but because he makes me strong. And I can't live without this woman, Cole said. The bravest, most beautiful person I've ever known. They walked home together. Their future was uncertain, but their love was real.